Hi kids, it's Mrs. McDonald. So what I did was I rolled a slab to make my clay shoe, and the slab is probably about 1/3 of an inch thick. So what ends up happening is it's not too floppy and it's not too thin, and you should not be able to poke a finger and it goes through. So I'm trying to see, my fingers are not poking through. So then what I did was I tried to create this like shoe shape, which is obviously a little bit wider on the top and a little more narrow on the bottom, and then there's room for the instep right here. So one side is convex, the other side is concave, meaning going in. Okay, so here's my shoe sole. So if you ripped your shoe apart and you only had the sole left, it would look like this, sort of. All right, so that's about how thick that should be. Next, I rolled another slab. This one's thinner though. This one's probably 1/4 inch thick. This one has a little more floppiness to it, but again, I can't stick my finger through it. So it should be thick enough to not to be able to withstand that. So what I'm going to do is I had cut 2 strips that are the same size, just stacked them one on top of the other. And then what I think I'm going to do is start building my shoe by building the wall of the shoe first. I can always round it and have it make sense and look like a shoe later. For now, it's going to be a shoe building. Okay, so next up, you wet. This is one of Christy, my daughter's bowls, from her ceramics class. And here we are, hand building. She made hers on a wheel. The next thing I'm going to do is score it. So I'm using my kitchen knife because I forgot to bring clay tools home. And scoring is pretty simple. You're just going to make cross-hatching and hatching marks all over it. So little parallel lines. So cross-hatching is hashtagging. So I'm going to do that. And I add water. So that way I get a nice seal. It almost acts like glue, the water. So if you're doing it right, you're just doing the edges like this. Okay? Keep it wet. And then the next thing you're going to do is cross hatch this part too. So it's called, what's it called, Christy? Joining.
Slipping and scoring. Oh.
Slipping and scoring. Thank you very much. Yep. I mean, I'm not using slip because our pieces aren't too, they're not too old. This clay should be pretty fresh. So, all right, wet that up too. Now I'm going to start the building process of my shoe. Last step of joining appropriately is then to take a tool. I'd probably take like a slightly rounded tool. I could use a spoon since I'm at home. And then I'm going to join it. So the next step is to take it, and I would take the bottom of your shoe and I would scrape that up towards the part that you just joined. You're going to have to do this inside and out. So you actually do it. I'm going to do the outside edge first. Gets it nice and smooth. Geez, a knife works really well. And then I'm going to do the inside as well. And I'm kind of using my hand to hold the edges so they don't collapse. This one I'm just probably going to run my finger because I think that's going to do just fine. So see how I'm holding this convex side? So this is where my instep is, the inside of your foot. All right, and then if you look at it, it's not going to fall over. It's pretty solid. And then within one class period, I should be able to have this shoe built, no problem, with just the structure of the shoe done. So good luck, guys. Hopefully. Now, again, these shoes are not very long. It's only the length of this knife, which probably is 8 inches long, I would think. So I don't want these shoes life size because that's going to just be a waste of clay. Right, so here's the phone. I'm using the phone as a guide. So this is my daughter's iPhone, so it's like 1 1/4 the size of the iPhone. And this is a 5, so. All right, guys.
It's actually a 6.
Oh, it's a 6. Never mind. It's a 6. Sorry, Christy. All right. So good luck. I'm going to attach this side next, and then I can start formulating what I want to do to my shoe, how I want to decorate, and you guys are creating your own unique shoe line. So you have to decide, do I want, what am I going to name this thing, and what's the purpose of this shoe? Okay. All right.
talk to you guys later. Bye.